If you've been taking edibles and planning on driving in the city of Reno, please download and use our new EQ app, the Edible Questions app that helps you decide if you're too high to get behind the wheel. The EQ app generates a few random questions when it senses you're in a car and might be too high to drive. Who was the walrus? Easy. Paul. To calculate your highness level, subtract the hours since you dropped and then add a point for every EQ you get right. Easy stuff like,
if Mork is aging backwards, is there a point when Mindy is going to have to breastfeed him?
yes, and yes, she is. If the universe is expanding, isn't that creating a vacuum somewhere else? And doesn't nature abhor a vacuum so that we're in fact riding on a giant worm of space and time that's devouring itself as Saturn devoured its own children? Yes, yes we are.
If Charles Manson really had been in the Monkees, would Sharon Tate be alive, and would Peter Tork have been murdered?
The answer is both. So when it comes to driving on edibles, take out the guesswork and leave it to a quick EQ test. You'll thank yourself, and the ants will thank you for respecting their infrastructure.
Jim mentioned killing his ex-wife, Deb. Every time we spoke?
Have you ever known that Nangle was previously married?
Oh, yeah. He's been married numerous times. I think there were a couple before or during the time that he was in the Coast Guard. But one of them fell into an industrial blender. He wrote about it. He made a play. It's called Mistrial. It was a one act. It was okay. It was limp. A thing that he brought up all the time. The first time we met, several times throughout our relationship, and then also in a text message earlier that day. He said, I am going to kill Deb with a blowpoke and blame it on owls. And then an emoji of the guy laugh crying. And then a short video of Armie Hammer doing sit-ups.
The night of the dinner party was quite a night. I'll never forget it. Deb was throwing one of her Thursday night soirees, and a bunch of us had come over. We'd all microdosed mushrooms, and we were sitting around waiting for the coke to arrive. Jim was yammering on about his documentary project that he was trying to get off the ground. And there was a knock at the door. And when I opened the door,